So alongside legal operations, probably like the big hot button issue for legal teams at the moment is tech. Yeah, and I think tech and use of legal tech is something that's been bubbling away for a few years now. But I would say suddenly in the last couple of years, it's got very, very hot. And people who were lawyers, maybe not necessarily that engaged in technology before, suddenly you almost can't miss it because it's right there. So for Crafty Counsel, we're very much engaged in that community. We had Jimmy, the founder of Legal Geek, which most of your users will know is sort of Europe's preeminent legal tech community. So he was on Crafty Counsel going back just a few weeks, and he was talking about why London is such a sort of hot place for legal tech right now. I think it's very exciting. You have lots of startups creating new technologies, often startups peopled with lawyers as well as tech professionals. So making products which are really, really geared at solving various pain points in legal practice. Interestingly, they're explicitly aimed both at law firms but also at in-house. So I think for GCs and others in the in-house community, very interesting to check out what's going on there. And I think you've also got the institutions which now support this. So there's clearly funding going into that sector. You also have a number of different incubators, Mishcon, the new Barclays incubator, Dentons, etc., A&O, who are working with startups and indeed incubating them internally. So I think that's an exciting time. And I think for GCs and the rest of their teams, I think that does mean that there are a lot of new products and services that they can experiment with, increasingly in quite a sort of a low cost and nimble way. I think if you go back a few years, there was this experience and then assumption that introducing any sort of tech into a legal team was a long and very painful, very expensive process. Now that tech is operating more as software as a service, more cloud-based services, in my experience, it's a bit more nimble, it's quicker, it can be cheaper to run experiments and to see what works for the team.